he had problems in practice this week. Green flag out, qualifier number 2 under green. So that shuffled the lineup. For example, Lonnie Rivers with that 7 car was scheduled to start 7th in this qualifier, but the inside line moved up a row. Don Brissett leads. Big Daddy Don Franklin is second. Look at them racing 3 wide for the 4th spot. Bob Dragoon in the 36, falling back a couple of positions. He was on the extreme outside. It was an interesting last practice for Lonnie Rivers with the number 7. Lonnie came out to practice in the team's notebook with all of their notes for tuning on that race car was still in the car. As they come off of turn number 4. And as he was running full speed in practice, little bumper tag over there in 1 and 2, the notebook went flying out of the car. And the notes went flying all the way down the front stretch. And you might have noticed a driver during the driver's meeting or just before at the top of turn number 1 picking up a lot of pieces of paper. Well, he wasn't doing community service. That was Lonnie Rivers picking up his notes over there in turn number 1. And hopefully they were able to get them back without too many tread marks on them. But Rivers is up to the 2nd spot with his car number 7. Don Franklin runs 3rd. Kevin Boutin looking to take that spot away on the inside, and he will at the stripe. Kevin Boutin goes to the 3rd spot.
The safety crew has about 5 or 6 pages of them that they're going to have on eBay tomorrow.
Well, I saw one person along the front stretch was able to grab a piece of his notes, and perhaps he could sell them back to Lonnie, especially if he had something important on them. Maybe he could have Rivers buy him a soda or something to get that important piece of the notebook back. Don Brissett in the 8 continues to lead. He's doing a great job out front. His lead is about 4 car lengths. Lonnie Rivers in the 2nd position. Kevin Boutin running 3rd. We're still trying to put that notebook back together for Rivers over in the pits. Perhaps he'll be a little slower tonight. The yellow flag is out for Josh Allen over in turn number 2. Dragoon was also sent back to the pits with his 36. Don Brissett in the 8's done a great job to this point. He's got Lonnie Rivers at his door on the restart. The 8 and the 7 on the hammer coming off turn number 4. Green flag. Before that caution came out, Don Brissett had about a 4 to 5 car length advantage over Lonnie Rivers. Lonnie Rivers had taken the lead away off the top of the 2nd turn. Rivers is able to complete the pass going into turn 3 as he gets the car down to the inside in front of the 8. Robert Gordon looks to the outside as Kevin Boutin, the 25, runs right behind them. 2 laps to go in qualifier number 2. Kevin Boutin has room to the inside as Brissett drifts up the track in turn 2. That opens up room for the 25. Robert Gordon's going to slide his car down to the inside and try to follow Boutin through. At least he hopes he will, as the white flag is out for Lonnie Rivers. Point leader Lonnie Rivers. Kevin Boutin goes to the 2nd spot. Robert Gordon to 3rd. Chad Provost to the inside of the 8. He's going to take 4th. Don Brissett sliding back to the 5th spot. Dan Dubuque is 6th. Lonnie Rivers, 2-point lead coming into tonight. He's going to get the win in the 2nd qualifier. Checkered flag is out. Rivers wins. Boutin 2nd. Gordon 3rd. Provost 4th. Brissett 5th. Dubuque 6th. Driving the G-Stone Motors X1, it's Gardner Stone. That's the field. 10 strong. Green flag. Andy Haywood in the 80 leads the field off turn number 2. Here comes Matt Woodruff with a double nickel, taking the lead away as they race to turn 3. The 55 for Matt Woodruff is the leader. Pierre Berthiaume trying to work on the outside of George Foley. He goes to 3rd, now to the outside of the 80 of Haywood, trying to get to the 2nd spot. Patrick Dupree snookered right now with his Saranac Country Store 24. George Foley thought about 3 wide to the inside of Andy Haywood's number 80 machine. Berthiaume will take it right up against the wall off turn number 4. Foley coming back after him on the inside. Good racing for the 2nd spot. Haywood in the 80, the 34 of Foley, the 1 of Berthiaume. Foley now looking to the inside of Haywood as they go into turn number 3, wheel to wheel. Foley washes up the track, as does Haywood. Berthiaume in the 1, trying to fight down to the inside now and try to get that spot away from Haywood. Foley's gone to 2nd. Haywood runs 3rd. Berthiaume is 4th, but look out, here comes the 78 of Vince Quenneville. Quenneville trying to get to the inside, trying to take that 4th position away. Out front, it's all Matt Woodruff, but good racing in the middle of the pack. Berthiaume again had to get on the binders in 4. He'll lose the spot to the 78 of Vince Quenneville. The 1 of Berthiaume trying to come back after him, but right on his bumper is the 24, the pistol Patrick Dupree. Out front, it's all Matt Woodruff. Here he comes off turn number 4. He's halfway home, and leading by 5 car lengths over George Foley. Foley's gone back to his old modified, and that modified is running strong. He's chasing him down. He's cut it from 5 to 2 car lengths into 3 and 4. Andy Haywood fading back in third. Fourth is still Quenneville in the 78. Bertium in a 1 continues to hold the 5th spot, feeling the heat from Patrick Dupree, who works on the outside trying to get to the top 5. Just behind them is Brian Trim in the 28. Trim will look to the inside of Bertium. Bertium losing the spot to Dupree. He falls back to the 6th position with Dupree running at 5th. Here comes Trim through the inside. Bertium's car is not handling the way he would like it, and now he is falling to the back of the pack. George Foley looking for the lead on Matt Woodruff. Gets to the inside in turn number 3. Got on the binders, trying to set him up perhaps for a pass off the 4th turn. Woodruff will hold him off for now with 2 laps to go. Matt Woodruff in the lead. George Foley running 2nd. Foley looks to the outside along the backstretch. Woodruff works the inside line. Foley pulls up. Now right behind him, looking outside, up against the wall with a white flag out. Can Matt Woodruff hold off George Foley in this first qualifier? Down the backstretch, Woodruff leads. Foley gets a good run off the top of 2. Look out, Andy Haywood has problems along the left front. That car's broken. Just missed the 46 of Michel Vian. Here comes the race for the win off 4. Checkers and yellows are out. Matt Woodruff wins. George Foley 2nd. Vince Quenneville 3rd. 4th to the 24 of Patrick Dupree. 5th to Brian Trim. 6th.
Here they come, down to the green flag. They're going to go 3 wide already. Josh Leclerc on the outside gets the jump, sticks his nose in front off turn 2. He will lead him up the backstretch. Jimmy Collins will follow him through and take that 2nd spot. As here comes Howard on the outside to challenge the 33. 3 wide, 4 wide, now down the front stretch. Jimmy Varno sneaks through on the inside and takes that 3rd spot in the 11. Howard's got 4th. The Archer 21 car on the move, as is the LeVere 5. They're 3 wide once again off turn 4. Jimmy Collins in the 0-2 is your leader. Josh Leclerc right there in the 7 car, just a car length behind. Varno runs by himself in that number 3 spot. Then it's a battle between Archer and LeVere for the number 4 spot. They're halfway. Collins now with a 3 car length advantage as they head up the backstretch. There'll be 2 to go this time by. Top 3 cars run single file. It's still a battle between LeVere and Archer for that 4th spot. Howard runs 6th. Mark Fuster is 7th. 8th spot. Now on the outside goes to Parents 37. Jason Chris back to 9th. And Timmy LaFountain can see them all. White flag is out. Up the backstretch, the final time for Jimmy Collins in the 0-2. Leclerc tries to close the gap as they come into turn 3. It won't be enough. Off turn 4, checkered flag in the air. Jim Collins is your winner. 2nd spot to Josh Leclerc. Jimmy Varno 3rd. Brian Archer gets 4th. Bobby LeVere will round out the top 5 in car number 5.
They sit in row number 1. Bruno is on the hammer. Here he comes off of turn number 4. There's the green flag. Real good start for Travis Bruno. Mike Shagnon got left at the door. Off of turn number 2, Travis Bruno with a lead by 2 car lengths. Shagnon running in the 2nd spot. Side by side for 3rd. The 96 of Nick Lagoy and the 29 of Nick Haywood. Lagoy looks to the inside of Shagnon, who runs the middle line. Haywood looks to the outside of Shagnon. As he works off the top of the racetrack, Lagoy tries to work to the bottom, and they're 3 wide for 2nd. Lagoy on the inside, Shagnon in the middle, trying to hold their line off turn number 4. They're still 3 wide, almost 4. Jamie Bigor thought about a 4 wide move, and that probably wouldn't have bode too well for the drivers, so he backed out of it. Still 3 wide, almost a full lap around the track. The 29 right now has second. Shagnan's not giving up, though, on the inside. Neither's Lagoy. Make that Shagnan in the middle. Look out. They touch. They spin. Over into turn number 4. The 86 and the 29 got together. They spin. The 86 clobbers one of the big tractor tires on the inside of the racetrack. So 8 cars still running in this qualifier. Here they come off the 4th turn. Green flag. Of course, Mike Shagnan also had to go back to the garage area. He had damage along the nose piece of his car. Side by side for the lead. Hey, why not 3 wide again? 3 wide into turn 3 for the top spot. Sean Duquette's on the inside. The middle of the track is Travis Bruno. Outside is Nick Lagoy. They're leaning on each other all the way down the front stretch. And at the stripe, it looked like Lagoy had the lead by inches. They're still leaning on one another. Bruno and Lagoy into 2. Well, Lagoy's going to get shuffled back a couple of spots. Going for the lead is Duquette. He's got it on the inside. Travis Bruno trying to hang on to second now on the outside, but here comes Bucko Branham. There goes Lagoy sliding. Nick Lagoy slides off turn number 4, and that is going to bring out another yellow flag. Qualifier number 2 for the Sportsman. All right, here they come. Off turn 4, green flag. Good restart for Duquette on the inside. Bucko Branham works through the middle of the racetrack. Off of turn number 2. Duquette's lead is a car length. Make it 2 down the backstretch. Side by side racing for 3rd. Travis Bruno, the 33. Tyler Terry, the 44. Halfway in the second qualifier for the Sportsman. Branham moves his car down to the inside of the track. Looked like a little bobble off of turn number 2. The lead is 2.5, almost 3 car lengths. Tyler Terry into that 3rd spot. 4th is Travis Bruno. Nick Haywood coming back for the 5th position, hanging on to the 5th position, should stay with the 29. Nick Lagoy trying to charge and chase him down. He is 6th. Jamie Atkins is 7th, and Kenny St. Germain is 8th. Here comes Tyler Terry looking to the inside of Bucko Branham's car for the 2nd position. Terry in the 44 has room on the inside, and they'll race down the front stretch for 2nd. Bucko Branham still had that spot at the stripe. Branham continues to work that middle line around the track. The deficit to Sean Duquette's 18 is up to about 7 car lengths. Tyler Terry continues to work down on the inside of the track. 2 laps to go now for Sean Duquette with the 18. Terry with the 44, still 3rd as Bucko Branham is able to hold him off another lap. Branham in the 20, working the middle and high line around the speedway. Tyler Terry in the 44 continues to run 3rd, feeding off the bottom. Then it's Travis Bruno in the 4th spot. A white flag out for Sean Duquette. A little closer that time at the stripe, as they're almost even for the 2nd spot off turn number 2. Bucko still has the nose out for that 2nd spot, though. Sean Duquette's going to get the win in this qualifier, but the battle for 2nd continues. Tyler Terry trying to get the run off turn number 4 to be a drag race for 2nd. Duquette wins it. The race for 2nd almost dead even at the stripe.
So it's Whitney on the inside, Collins on the outside. Laporte and Cheez-It make up row 2. Here they come. Green flag is out. It's a good jump on the outside for Chad Collins in the 22. The old man won one earlier. Can the son win the qualifier now? Looking awful good after half a lap. Mr. Cheez-It is 2nd, charging up on the outside. Here comes Josh Laporte moving up on the inside. 3 wide action for the Bombers as they come off turn 4. Collins leads lap number 1. It's Laporte on the inside and Mr. Cheez-It on the outside. Look out, there goes the call 6. Sliding into the bunker. He's got that car fired. Will stay green. Up front, Collins maintains that lead of about 2 car lengths on what now is a 5-car battle for the number 2 spot. Laporte in the 45, Whalen in the 11, Cheez-It in the 36, Durvage in the 88, Joyle in the 57. Here comes Laporte on the inside, right alongside that 22 as they come off turn 4. Bombers will be halfway this time by. Dead even at the stripe. Josh Laporte on the inside, Chad Collins on the outside trying to battle right back. Mike Whalen looking for a way through on the bottom of the racetrack. That door's opened up now. There's room on the inside for the 11 if he wants to try to force his way through. 2 to go. Laporte is your leader. Collins and Whalen battle for the number 2 spot. Joyle has moved into 4th. Duravage is 5th, and the Cheez-It runs 6th. White flag is out. Right now, any one of those top 6 could win it. Laporte in the 45. Whalen in the 11. Joyle now to 3rd as Collins kicks it up in the bunker. Off turn 4, final time. Whalen now swings to the outside. Down the stretch to the checkered. Laporte is your winner. Whalen finishes 2nd in the 11. Joyle gets the 3rd spot with the 57. Josh Duravage 4th. And Mr. Cheez-It rounds out the top 5 in the 36.
Ready to roll. 25 laps to distance. Don Brissett in the 8. Will set the pace with Joe Warren at his door in row number 1. Here they come down the front stretch. Renegades take the green. Don Brissett will lead them off turn number 2. Rob Favreau on the inside going for 2nd. 3rd is Joe Warren. Right there as well as Kevin Booten. 3 cars contesting that 2nd spot. No doubt about the leader. It's going to be Don Brissett. As they race out of the sunlight, down the front stretch, into 1 and 2. The 21 of Dave Raptoy fighting for the 5th position with Keith Pelkey. Robert Gordon right behind them. And Josh Terry in the 6 of Chad Provost running side by side. We have a car spinning near the back of the pack. That is Dan Dubuque with a 61. Let's see if he can get it rolling. It is rolling, but the yellow call. 10th, Lonnie Rivers, and 11th, Lance Raptoy. All right, here they come again. 2 laps complete. 23 remain. Green flag. Don Brissett leading off 2. Kevin Booten trying to go with him with the 25. Rob Favreau fighting on the outside with a 27. Favreau hanging on to the 2nd spot. Here they come off the 4th turn. Don Brissett's the leader. Kevin Booten has 2nd on the inside. Favreau running in 3rd. Booten looking for the lead off 2. 3 wide now, racing for the 4th spot. The 24, the 13, the 21, all racing for the 4th position. Meanwhile, it's side by side racing for the lead. Here he comes through on the inside. Kevin Booten is the leader. Don Brissett to 2nd. Rob Favreau running 3rd. 4th on the inside is the 24 of Pelkey, although he had to get on the binders off turn number 2. Oh, they're mixing it all up down the backstretch. The 13 of Joe Warren had to get on the binders. He was sideways off 2. Chad Provost moves through on the inside. There's the point battle between the 11 and the 7. They're racing side by side along the front stretch. Warren fighting an ill-handling race car, it looks like, with a 13. The inside line trying to move. Chad Provost is up to the 7th spot. Lance Raptoy trying to grab 8th. Right with him, though, is Lonnie Rivers at his door. They're separated by just 2 points atop the point standings. The 11 and the 7 running side by side around the track. Raptoy in the 11 gets a spot on Rivers. Right now, as they run, it would be tied atop the points, but the 1 of Cody Benoit trying to take the position away from the 7. Oh, they touch! They hammered each other coming off turn number 2. Looks like the right front tire is down on Cody Benoit's number 1 car. He's off the pace. We got a yellow. Ready to bring them off of turn number 4. Back racing to the green flag. All right, they're on it. Here they come down the front stretch. Green flag. Booten on the inside. Brissett fighting with him on the outside. Here comes Dave Raptoy in the 21. Raptoy to the inside will grab 2nd. Robert Gordon, the H2O, trying to get to 3rd, perhaps, with Brissett hung on the outside. Here comes Gordon with the H2O to 3rd. Brissett goes back to 4th. Pelkey runs 5th. 6th is car 6 and Chad Provost. 7th, the 27 on the outside of Rob Favreau. 8th on the inside, the 11 of Lance Raptoy. The 9th spot is Joe Warren, the 13. Josh Terry rounds out the top 10. Kevin Booten's lead is 3 car lengths. Cody Benoit and Lonnie Rivers both trying to make progress from the back of the pack. One driver that's doing a heck of a job is the 0 for Keith O'Neill. He is up to the 9th position, and we were told that he may not have any power steering for this feature event. If that's the case, he is up on the wheel and doing a great job because he is into the 9th spot after starting dead last, 21st to 9th in about 9 laps. Kevin Booten's lead is growing. It's 5 car lengths off turn 4. Dave Raptoy second for now because the H2O of Robert Gordon is lurking. Gordon running well down on the inside of the track. Can't quite get the bite, though, off of turn 2 and get on the power. Dave Raptoy of the 21 hanging on to that 2nd spot. Here comes Gordon after him again in turn 4. Along the front stretch, battle for 2nd between Robert Gordon and Dave Raptoy off turn 2. Keith Pelkey has a good view of that fight. He's sitting 4th. 5th is Chad Provost. 6th is Lance Raptoy. 7th is Rob Favreau. 8th is now Keith O'Neill. 9th is Don Brissett. 10th is Don Franklin. 11th is Cody Benoit. 12th is the 43 of Josh Terry. 13th is Joe Warren in the 13th. 14th is Roger LaBounty. And the 2-time defending track champion point leader coming into tonight, Lonnie Rivers, is all the way back in 15th, and he's not making a lot of progress towards the front. Robert Gordon still trying to take that 2nd spot away from Dave Raptoy. These two drivers have been running side by side for the better part of the last 4 laps. I'm not sure they've made any contact with one another for that 2nd spot. Good side by side racing. Gordon has the nose in for that 2nd spot. Dave Raptoy sliding back to 3rd. Dave is the 8th place point man. In the 21, Robert Gordon is the 4th place point man with the H2O. Now Keith Pelkey is trying to get to the inside as well. Pelkey is trying to get to the show spot, with Dave Raptoy fighting him off at this point. Rounding out the top 5 is Chad Provost with car 6. In the 6th spot is the 11 of Lance Raptoy. 7th is Keith O'Neill. 8th is Cody Benoit. 9th is Rob Favreau. And 10th is Don Brissett. Kevin Booten is coming up on the back of the pack as lap 17 goes up on the board. Less than 8 laps remaining now. Inside of 8 laps for Kevin Booten. Robert Gordon with the H2O has cleared his fight with Dave Raptoy for 2nd. Raptoy is running 3rd. Keith Pelkey is 4th. He's fallen several car lengths behind Raptoy for position. Booten has gone around the 3 of Dave Drake, and the yellow flag is out. All right, here they come off turn number 4, green flag. You can bet Robert Gordon will give him all he wants, though, with that H2O. Gordon gets that car to life, it seems. Once you hit the halfway point of the season, I think back to last year, and he was arguably the fastest driver at the end of the season in this division. And he is right on the back bumper of Kevin Booten off of turn number 4. Battle for 3rd. Dave Raptoy's on the inside now. The 24 of Keith Pelkey working the rim on the outside. He will take 3rd. Dave Raptoy in the 21 going back to 4th. Oh, they're 3 wide. 3 wide racing for the 5th spot. Keith O'Neill in the 0. How about this drive? Dead last, trying to get 5th. 3 good cars duking it out for this 5th spot, the 0, the 6, and the 11. O'Neill on the inside. They're still 3 wide around the track. O'Neill on the inside, Provost in the middle, Raptoy on the outside. 3 wide racing around the speedway for 5th, now for 2 laps. And that time at the stripe, it looked like the 6 of Provost had the 5th position. Now O'Neill fading back a little bit as they're dead even for 5th, running side by side now, the 6 and the 11. Here's the battle out front, the 25 of Kevin Booten working a higher line. holding his line and holding off the H2O of Robert Gordon. 22 laps are complete. Bouton's lead is a car length. He prefers the middle line around the racetrack. Gordon working well down on the inside with 2 laps to go. Yellow flag is out. A gaggle of cars over in turn 4. Off of turn number 2. Here comes Gordon, back after him, even in the middle of the backstretch. Final lap. Bouton on the inside, Gordon on the outside. Gordon's got the lead into turn number 4. Here they come, drag race for the win. Down the front stretch, checkered flag is out. Almost dead even, close at the stripe. And all right, Rick. Kevin Bouton gets his first win of the season, and he wins by about a foot. We'll bring Kevin around. Kevin, it looked like before that final restart where you ended up down on the inside of the racetrack, it looked like you preferred, come on over this way so Gene can see you. It looked like you preferred a middle line around the track. That looked like a fast line for you.
Yeah, something was on the bottom of 1 and 2, and there was some dirt coming into 3 and 4, so it just seemed to work a lot better if I could just stay up a little bit. It was real greasy on the bottom, so I didn't like to see the cautions, but I couldn't ask for better guys to race with. Rob's a great racer. I couldn't ask for a better guy to race around, so I appreciate him racing me real clean. That was a lot of fun.
It also looked like your car was hooked up better coming off of turn 4 down on the inside. 2 is where Rob was getting a good run down the backstretch, but 4 you were coming right back with him.
Yeah, you hit it right on the head. That's exactly what was happening. But it was a lot of fun. I got to thank my crew. I couldn't do it without them. They're the reason I'm still here. They put a lot of time into the car, and I can't thank them enough. It's been a long season, and we really needed this win, so I'm happy.
Kev, you've been lurking near the top of the points, never quite in first or second, third coming into tonight, 16 points out. But I think with your finish tonight, Lonnie had some trouble, Lance had some trouble. You're going to be right near the top, if not at the top.
Yeah, we've been working towards a championship all year, but we're not the type of race team that's going to force our way into it. We're going to let it come to us and make sure it's right when it happens. So that's what we're looking for, definitely is a championship, but we'll see what happens. We've got a lot of racing left.
Well, congratulations on getting the first win of the season. Nice job.
Thank you.
All right, that's Kevin Bouton. 623, that is for Jason Bruno. The 5 for Jim McComb. Shotgun, the 80, Andy Haywood. Green flag. Mike Finney and the 55 of Matt Woodruff show the way. Here comes George Foley. Foley looking for third. Held at bay by the 76 of Mike Wells. Off turn 4, lap number 1 of the books. That's Mike Finney's. Mike Finney's got the lead with a 26P. Running second is Matt Woodruff with a double nickel. The 76 of Wells bobbled off 2. Here comes Foley with a 34. Foley looks to the outside. Working the high line around the racetrack. Grabbing third on the outside. Here comes George Foley. 4th is Wells, 5th is McGrail, 6th is Dan Brown, 7th Leon Gagnon, 8th spot, Martin Roy. Gagnon going after Dan Brown, Martin Roy is in tow. He's trying to run with him. Right behind Martin Roy, there's a gaggle of cars fighting for position. Todd Orsby, Vince Quinville, Don Scarborough, they're all duking it out. Patrick Dupree is also held at bay right now. He's outside Todd Stone down the backstretch. Flying around Bryant Trim with a 28. Out front, it's Mike Finney leading. It's a big lead over the 55 of Matt Woodruff. Running in that 3rd spot is George Foley with a 34. Foley trying to size up Woodruff and make a move. Running 4th, Mike Wells. Into the top 5, Martin Roy with a Gamache Truck Center number 90. He moves to the inside of the 17, I believe. No, the 10 of Pat McGrail. McGrail will lose a spot. Right behind him it is Dan Brown. There goes the 90 for another position. Martin Roy looking to the inside of Mike Wells. Not yet. Again, Martin Roy will get good bite off turn number 4. He should be able to power past along the front stretch. He will. He goes to 4th. Battle for second, running wheel to wheel with George Foley and Matt Woodruff. Foley along the inside. Woodruff along the outside. Foley has the 2nd spot, moving through the inside with Matt Woodruff going back to 3rd. Chasing them down quickly is Martin Roy. Martin Roy just earned the fastest lap of the race, 16.554 seconds. The fastest lap of the race turned by Martin Roy, lap number 6. at 16.554. Mike Finney out front. His lead is 8 car lengths. Martinois underneath Matt Woodruff for third. George Foley just turned the fastest lap, a 16.438. Foley turning the fastest lap of the race. Foley chasing down Mike Finney. Martinois has moved to third. The only driver that lap in the 16.4 bracket was George Foley. The leader, Mike Finney, 16.7 last time. This time around, same time for Finney, but it's Martinois setting the fast lap of the race at a 16.412. Martinois goes to third. Fourth is Matt Woodruff. Fifth is Pat McGrail. Sixth is Mike Wells. Seventh, Dan Brown. Patrick Dupree trying to put Brown back a spot. Right behind Dupree is Leon Gagnon. Then it's Vince Quinville, Todd Orsby, the Brandon Bandit, Don Scarborough, Brian Trim, Todd Stone, Michel Vienne, the 0-2 for Mike Riel, and Craig Riel in the CO2. Foley is chasing down Finney as we approach the halfway mark. This time by lap 13, going up on the scoreboard. Foley is 1 car length behind the 26P of Mike Finney. Martinois runs a car length and a half off the back of Foley's 34. Patrick Dupree is starting to move. He looks around the 76 of Mike Wells, looking inside now, running in line behind him. Top 3 cars running nose to tail. Foley looks outside. He's got Martinois to the inside. George Foley trying to plot strategy. This time by, it'll be halfway. All under green to this point. Mike Finney has led every lap, halfway for Finney. George Foley is sizing him up on the outside. Martinois continues to run down low. Foley looks outside down the backstretch. Off turn number 2, diving back down to the inside. Gets into Finney! Finney gets down the binders, straightens out the boat, and everybody's all right. George Foley got a piece of the left rear quarter panel of Finney over in turn 4. Everybody checked up in the top 3, and they were able to sort themselves out. Finney leading by a half car length. His lap time is just over 17 seconds. Foley running in line behind him. That time it was a 16.8 for Finney. A 16.80 for Foley. Here comes Roy to the inside. Foley stays door to door, wheel to wheel rather with him. As they race off turn number 4 for the second spot, Mike Finney pulls away. George Foley still has that second position. Foley and Martinois give second to Martinois. He'll go after the 26P of Mike Finney. Mike Finney has led all 18 laps, but Martinois is right behind him. Martinois goes to the outside. Durgan's off the pace. He's headed back to the garage. Martinois is going to the lead. Martinois takes the lead off 2. Mike Finney back to second. George Foley is running third. Finney slowing a little bit off turn number 4. Foley can't find his way around the 26P. But checking out is Martinois. His lead is 4. His lead is 5. His lead is 6 car lengths as he pulls away down the backstretch. Second, Finney. Third, Foley. Fourth, Pat McGrail. Fifth, Pat Dupree. Sixth, Matt Woodruff. Seventh, Mike Wells. Eighth, Dan Brown. Ninth, Leon Gagnon. 10th, on the inside, it's the Brandon Bandit, Don Scarborough. 11th is Vince Quinville. 12th is Todd Stone. 13th is Todd Orsby. 14th, Brian Trim. 15th is Michel Vienne. 16th is Mike Riel. 17th, Craig Riel. 18th, Greg Atkins. 19th is Chris Kaye, who just went off the backstretch. 20th is Gardner Stone. 21st, look out, Andy Haywood is spun in 3. Andy Haywood spins with the leaders right behind him, and that's going to bring out the first yellow flag. 9:56 to the winner tonight. All right, ready to go. Here they come. Green flag. Martinois with an excellent restart. Big lead built up already over George Foley. Checking out. Fastest lap of the race for Martinois, a 16.296. 16.29, the fastest lap of the race just turned by Martinois. Check it out on George Foley. Finney running third. right on his back bumper. The 10 and the 24. 3 cars battling for third. Pat McGrail trying to go around the outside. Pat McGrail looking around the 26P of Mike Finney. Here he comes off 4. He's got third. Patrick Dupree's going to try to go around the same way. Dupree will go to the outside of Finney. He's to fourth. Finney sliding back to the 5th spot. But it's still been a heck of a run for Mike Finney with that 26P as he is in the top 5. Leon Gagnon 6th. Matt Woodruff 7th. Don Scarborough is 8th. Vince Quinville is 9th. Rounding out the top 10 now, Mike Wells with a 76. Good racing between Woodruff, Scarborough, and Quinville. 2 Brandon Vermont drivers in the 11 and the 78. Racing wheel to wheel down the backstretch. Right behind a 55 of Matt Woodruff. Scarborough looking to the inside off turn number 4. Racing for position up into number 1. That's the best battle of the track. 3 cars fighting for that spot. And that spot is 7th. Right now, Woodruff has the 7th position. Quinville was 8th at the stripe, and 9th was Scarborough with the 11. Quinville tries to take advantage of the banking on the outside as the white flag is out for the 90 of Martinois. Off 2, down the backstretch, has a huge lead. Slower cars, and there's a spin over at turn 4. 4 cars that spun around. Martinois going to have to tiptoe through. Here he comes. Off turn number 4. Yellow flag. Off 4. Green flag. Pulling away down the backstretch. Martinois one final time around. Here he comes with win number 4. It's Martinois. 2nd, George Foley. 3rd, Pat McGrail. 4th, Pat Dupree. 5th, Mike Finney. 6th, Leon Gagnon. 7th, to Vince Quinville. 8th, Don Scarborough. 9th, to Matt Woodruff. 10th, Todd Stone. 11th, Mike Wells. Martin Shuffles on tap. 4-time this year. Martin's up on top. Give a nice round of applause, everybody. Defending track champion gets his 4th victory of 2010. An excellent recovery for this team. Last week, of course, their night ended over in the Jersey barriers off of turn number 2. They come back this week. And Martin was in the top 3 halfway through the feature event. Was able to win a battle with George Foley for 2nd, and then worked his way around, at the time, the 26P of Mike Finney to take the lead, and there was no looking back from there. Okay, here comes Martin. All right, Felicitacion, win number 4 for you this season, and you were in a good position halfway through the race, sitting 3rd. You had a good battle with George Foley for 2nd. Tell me about the race with George for the 2nd spot.
Yes, George is a very good competitor, and fight with George and number 26, I know. But I'm very happy, and very good race for me. After the wreck my car last week, I'm going at the United States at Albany for build a new front frame, and I'm come back tonight for win.
Well, your car certainly was fast. You worked your way to that 2nd spot after getting past George Foley, and then you went back to the area you're very comfortable with outside on the top of the racetrack to take the pass for the win.
Yes, my car is very good on the outside groove, the 2nd groove and the 3rd groove, but I'm going outside the George and go to win.
How much damage last week to the car, Martin, when you hit the Jersey barriers off turn 2?
The damage is on my front clips. The car cut the car, the radiator, and put a new front.
So they had to do a lot of work on this race car this week to get you back here tonight.
Yes, my team is making a very good work to race this night, and I'm there for the 100 lapper and Thursday night.
Well, we will look forward to seeing you Wednesday night in the 100 lap feature event, and we wish you best of luck then, and congratulations again on your win tonight.
Thank you very much.
Clark on the outside has had the line at the stripe each time. But Collins been able to keep the car on the bottom and force Chris Clark to get it done on the far outside. 3 wide action now into the corner. Here comes Donor in the middle with a 95. What about that move to get third? He was 6th when they started that lap. Chris Clark, Jimmy Collins, and Rick Donor run 1, 2, 3. Now Donor's got second. And he quickly looks to the inside of Clark. LeVere, 4th in the 4 with Speedy back to 5th. Caution flag is out. We got a car off the top of turn 3 by the WOKO billboard. And that appears to be Bobby LeVere's number 5. And we are ready to determine a winner. Clark and Donor come down to the green. Good even start. Clark had the line by just a nose. Donor sticking right with him on the outside. Up the backstretch. The 95 sticks his nose in front. Clark right there on the bottom of the racetrack. They run side by side off turn 4. 5 to go this time. Donor's got the lead. Clark is back to 2nd. Collins, 3rd in the 0-2. Donor challenges him on the inside. We got the 44 spun in turn 2. The car does not want to fire. That means another caution. Five to go after the restart. Donor leads them up the backstretch. Clark right there on the outside looking to take his shot. Clark sticks a nose in front. Donor comes right back on the inside. Side by side into 3 and now into 4. On the inside, Donor leads it by half a car length. Clark is not giving up the battle on the outside. He's sticking right with a 95. Collins has dropped a couple of car lengths back in the 0-2. He'll hold on to that 3rd spot. But he'll be challenged on the outside by Speedy and on the inside by Justin Donor in the 1. Donor leads the way. Clark is dropped in to settle into that number 2 spot. 3 wide up the backstretch now as Donor looks to the inside, but he has to back off just a bit going into the corner. As the popsicle sticks are out for Rick Donor. 2 laps away from win number 6. Clark has fallen about 3 or 4 car lengths behind in the 77. But that battle still rages on amongst 4 cars for the number 3 spot. White flag is out for the captain. Speedy sticks a nose in front of the outside, but Collins comes right back. They battle for 3rd. The 0-2 may be off the pace. Contact with the 1. Both cars head to the infield. Speedy's going to finish 3rd. Your winner is Rick Donor. 2nd to Chris Clark. Speedy finishes 3rd. 4th to Chris LeVere. And Jamie LaFountain finishes 5th in the 20. It almost looked...
All right, Rick Donor is unbuckling, and he now paces the racetrack with the 6th win. More wins than any other driver in all the divisions. Win number 6 for Rick Donor, who is unbuckling. And he's climbing out. Give a nice round of applause, everybody. Rick Donor gets win number 6. Yeah, careful, Rick. You're a little heavier than Martin. All right, now look, before we even talk about the race, take me back last week. Tell me what happened. The track purchased your motor.
Well, they bought my motor for $600, and I'm all out of breath.
That's because you climbed up on top of the car. That's all it takes.
But the belly ain't mine, yes it does. They cleaned the motor, checked it. They checked everything right from the crank, right to the connector rods, the pistons, everything. Clutch, flywheel. They said everything is perfectly fine. So, I got a good friend of mine let me borrow a motor. Out of breath.
He's out of breath, he says. So you shouldn't have climbed up on top. Just get out of it next time.
I want to thank Scott Richter for letting me borrow his motor.
Well, certainly it was a busy week for you. A lot of stuff talked about on the internet as well. But win number 6 back here in Victory Lane. You've got the points lead as well. And even with a different engine in the race car, you're still right back here in Victory Lane.
I want to thank all the people that whined about it. I think this thing's faster.
All right, well, congratulations, Rick Donor, on getting win number 6. Now on the inside to the top off of 4, down the front stretch. The lead is about 4 feet off the back bumper. Robin Wood can't quite get to the inside to make something happen. Just past the halfway point. Top 2 drivers running close off 4 as Duquette goes right up to the wall. Robin Wood looks to the inside, trying to get running room. Duquette, though, running strong off that second turn. That's where he's hooked up. The 18 is fighting turn 4 and flying off turn 2. Robin Wood is hooked off 4, but not quite the same momentum off of 2 to quite get to Sean Duquette. A much better line that time for Duquette off the 4th turn. Bucko Branham looking for 3rd. Branham to the inside of the 29 of Nick Haywood, trying to get to the show spot. 4th is Haywood in the 29 now. 5th is Twaits. 6th is Terry. 7th is Bigor. 10 laps to go for Sean Duquette. Can he hold off Robin Wood? Wood continues to run about a car length to a half off the back bumper. Jamie Bigor with a good run off 2, trying to get to the inside of Tyler Terry, but Tyler Terry has his eyes set on the 69 of Bill Twaits, trying to get to his door on the outside. Good racing for about the, well, spots 5, 6, 7. Yellow flag is out, 2 cars spinning over in turn number 4. One was Jamie Atkins, the other was Mike Shagnon. 20 cars running, 16 laps complete, 9 remain, this should be good. Sean Duquette, Robin Wood, row 1, here they come, off 4, down the front stretch, green flag. Robin Wood works on the outside. Sean Duquette likes the outside. That's the line that he has preferred. That's the line that he has held to keep Robin Wood at bay. Here comes Robin Wood up towards his door on the outside. Car off the top of the racetrack. The 69 of Bill Twaits, yellow flag. Then Mike Shagnon, Jamie Bigor, and Bill Twaits in the 69. And if you can watch 2 areas at the same time, keep an eye on the 69, as he is, I'm sure, none too pleased with the 19. Green flag. All right, here comes Robin Wood trying to get around the 18 as they're side by side coming into turn number 4. Here they come along the front stretch. Duquette is sideways. Bucko Branham's looking inside as well. Robin Wood to take the lead. Sean Duquette trying to hang on a second now as the 20 of Bucko Branham looking to the inside of the 18, but Duquette's got good speed down the backstretch into 3. Here comes Branham trying to fill that lane on the inside. They touch going into turn number 4. Here comes Branham through the inside. He'll get second. Robin Wood leads by 3 car lengths. Sean Duquette in the 18 trying to get back after the 20 car to get that second spot back. Off of turn number 4. Keep an eye on the battle for second. Duquette looking to the inside into turn number 1. Duquette is there on the inside. They run door to door off 2 down the backstretch for the second spot. Robin Wood checking out. But the battle is for second and 4th. Joe Roberts in the 50 on the inside. Here comes Duquette on the inside of Bucko Branham. At the stripe, it was Branham by inches. Duquette with a little bobble into 1. Gets a good run off 2, though. He's got the nose out there for that second spot. Sean Duquette having second right now. Into turns 3 and 4. Branham gets a good bite off the 4th turn, down the front stretch to the stripe. And that time it looked like Duquette had the second spot by inches. Robin Wood is checking out. He's on his way to his 4th victory. But the battle for second between Sean Duquette and Bucko Branham continues That time, again, it's Duquette by about a foot. Nick Haywood in the 29 continues to run in the 4th spot. A good view of the fight that's happening right in front of him. Joe Roberts is in the top 5, running in the 5th position with car 50. 2 laps to go for Robin Wood. $50 points for a win, 46 for second, 42 for third. If Branham finishes third and Robin Wood goes on to the victory, Robin Wood would have a 1-point lead going into next week. Sean Duquette had second again at the stripe. If Bucko Branham can get to the 2nd spot, he'll hang on to the point lead. If he finishes third, it'll be Robin Wood. Here comes Robin Wood off of turn number 4. Checkered flag is out. It's win number 4 for the Plattsburgh driver. Robin Wood wins it. The race for second out of the stripe. Sean Duquette is second. Bucko Branham is third. 4th to Nick Haywood. 5th, it looked like Tyler Terry on the outside. 6th to Joe Roberts. 7th to Rick Frenier in car number 77. Robin Wood. And unofficially, we'll go into next week with a 1-point lead. Big event next week for the Sportsman cars. They'll run 4 20-lap segments. Robin Wood's climbing out. Give a nice round of applause, everybody, as he gets 4th win of the racing season. Okay, Robin, congratulations on that 4th victory, and it looked like the car was good to go just about wherever you put it, but the bottom was especially fast for you, it seemed.
Actually, I think the car was a little bit better up top. The car was a little bit loose. I had a hard time getting underneath Sean on the bottom, and we got started on the outside and the restart, and I got a pretty decent run on him and was able to get by him.
Well, I know the points aren't always of utmost concern for you, but this is a real good battle that's shaping up between you and Bucko. He finishes third tonight, and unofficially, of course, it looks like even I can do the math that you're going to be back on top. Next week, there's a big event. 4 segments, 20 laps. What will strategy be going into an event like that?
It probably won't be any different than in any other night. It's still a 20-lap feature. Hopefully we can make it through all 4 of them, and that is probably going to be the biggest thing.
Well, congratulations on getting win number 4. Solid again as always. Nice job.
Josh Durvage has been closing in quickly. He started way at the back of this field. He has worked his way up to 5th. Curtis LaGrave is 6th. April Bordeaux 7th. Bill Joyle 8th. The Superstar is 9th. And Scott Richner has now worked his way into the top 10. Bombers are going to be halfway next time by, and your leader at that point, it's going to be the 11 of Mike Whalen trying to go back-to-back. Collins has been hung on the outside. Runs second. Laporte is third. Desatel and Durvage right there, joining that battle for the number 3 spot. The 63 of Gadway is off the pace. He's headed to the infield. Josh Laporte now takes that number 2 spot in the 45 with Mr. Cheese at 3rd. Chad Collins back to 4th. But for how long? Here comes Josh Durvage on the inside in the 88. Durvage wants to take that 4th spot away. And in doing so, he'll drop Collins back another spot to 5th. Bill Joyle's right there. He may drop him back to 6th. LaGrave trying to move up on the outside of the racetrack. Mike Whalen has a 5-car length advantage with 5 to go. A car he may have to worry about, especially if a yellow comes out. The 88 of Durvage and the 57 of Joyle. Those cars are the fastest 2 on the racetrack right now. Three wide around the lap car of Nolan. Whalen is now checking out. It's now nearly a half a corner's advantage for the 11 of Mike Whalen. He's looking to make it back-to-back here in the Bombers. Josh Laporte has a 3-car length advantage on Josh Durvage for the number 2 spot. Here comes Joyle to the inside. 3 cars together for that number 3 spot on the inside. It's Bill Joyle to take third. 2 to go. Durvage on the outside runs fourth. He's got Mr. Cheez-It right alongside. 24 of Wade Whitney headed back to the garage area. We're going to see the white flag this time. Mike Whalen leads the pack off turn 4 to the white flag. The battle continues for that number 2 spot. Joyle second, Laporte is third now, Durvage fourth. Here comes the field off turn 4, checkered flag in the air for Mike Whalen in the 11. He gets his second win. Joyle finishes second, Laporte third. Fourth spot will go to the 88 of Josh Durvage, and fifth to Mr. Cheez-It, Bill Desatel in the 36. That will wrap up another Motorsports Magazine from the Big A. In the modified division, no surprise at front, Martinois back in victory lane.
Mike Finney held the lead for a little past the halfway point of that race. George Foley was on his back bumper. Foley looked high, looked low, trying to find a way around, couldn't do it. Eventually lost second to Martinois, and once he got into that spot, he knew where he was going to go. He went to the top of the racetrack, found a lot of room up there, raced around Mike Finney, and didn't look back. Martinois gets another victory, although you got to figure by this point the points race is not a race. Patrick Dupree is well on his way to the championship with some of the tough luck that Martinois has had. But a convincing win tonight, and that team had to put a lot of work into the car. I don't know if you could hear Martin during my interview with him down in Victory Lane. But they basically had to cut that car right back to the radiator because they bent the front clip. So they cut the clip off and just got the car back. And obviously a strong race tonight for Martin.
It may not be a race for the points in the modified division, but there certainly is one in the Sportsman division.
Very close. Robin Woods taking the point lead back. He was down by 7 points coming into the night. He wins. Bucko finishes third. That's an 8-point differential. So unofficially, even with our limited math abilities, that means Robin Wood is going to have a 1-point lead going into next week when they race 4 20-lap segments, and they'll keep inverting the field, and the low-point guy will be the champion of that event. It's the biggest race of the year next Saturday for the JNS Steel Sportsman division, but those two drivers, one would figure that the point battle is going to go right down to the last event with those two guys. Jamie Begor took a little bit of a step backwards. He got sent to the back of the pack. He was third in points coming in, I think 21 out of the top position, and he's going to be closer to 30, 35, maybe even 40 points out of the top spot with his finish tonight.
We've got a great point battle going on in the Renegade division as well. Kevin Booten picks up the win, and he really throws himself right into the mix.
Yeah, and I don't quite remember exactly where Lonnie Rivers finished, but I want to say it was somewhere 6th or 7th. And again, you figure the math there, and Kevin Booten may well be, if not in the point lead, tied or very close to Lonnie Rivers. Midway through that race, Lonnie Rivers was the guy that was probably going to slide back to third. Then Lance Rabtoy had trouble with the 6 car. He ends up being sent to the back of the pack. He's the guy that ends up probably dropping to the 3rd spot with Booten leapfrogging maybe both of them into the top position, and certainly Lonnie Rivers right in the mix. But again, there's another division. I think we'll see a point battle in that division go right down to the very last race with 3 good teams involved.
Very emotional win tonight for Rick Donor. It was a long week for him. His car was proven to be 100% legal after the engine was claimed by the track after his 5th win a week ago. What a way to come back and get his 6th.
Well, certainly there was a lot of talk on the internet as well, different things about what was going on with that mini modified division, and Rick was able to take a new power plant, put it in, obviously spent a lot of hours in the week to get his race car ready, and he wins again. 6th victory for Rick Donor in the 95. Chris Clark tried to keep him at bay, but that car again was handling extremely well, and as you said, he was emotional in Victory Lane, thinking about the people that helped him get back to Victory Lane and the time that was spent getting that car ready to race.
Bomber division, it's back-to-back for Mike Whalen.
Non-point counting race for Whalen last week, and This week, the points were on the line, and all the heavy hitters were here. I think there was only one driver last week that was in attendance that had won a previous race, and that was Josh Laporte. And he had problems, I think, if I remember right, before the race even started. So Whalen was able to get the win last week, but that was kind of one of those asterisk wins because not all the big dogs were in attendance. Well, they were all here this week, and he started near the front. That certainly helped him out, but once he got there, drove a smart race, worked a clean line around the racetrack, and there was not a yellow flag that brought some of the heavy hitters in that division closer to the front. He won going away.
And as a result of all those things you just mentioned, Mike Whalen is the Watson Glass Driver of the Week.
Good choice. Mike Whalen, someone that has not won the award before. Obviously, with his non-point victory last week and the win tonight, he goes back-to-back in the division. So good for Mike. Nice job getting to victory lane.
Let's hope he's here next week. There's a for sale sign on the side of that car.
Yeah, well, that's good. He's going to increase the interest in the potential number of buyers who are looking to get into the bomber class.
One other award to give out. That's the Frenier's Automotive Service and Towing Hard Charger Award. And we pretty much all agree on this one as well. Keith O'Neill in the 0.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick. Keith O'Neill did not come out for his qualifier, started dead last in the Renegade feature event, and he had a top 5 run. And at one point, Zig had told us that he was lacking power steering. And if that's the case, and you can wrestle a race car to 5th without any power steering, then you certainly deserve our Hard Charger Award, and Keith O'Neill is going to be the winner tonight.
Thanks to our videographer, Gene Gagne from OutsideGroove.com for providing us the video for the Motorsports Magazine show. Thanks to our underwriters, Ormsby Realty and Adirondack Water Systems, as well as Brian McBride from Plattsburgh.com and Calvin Castine from Hometown Cable. For Rob Knowles, I'm Rick Knowles. Until next time, have a great week, everybody.